We made a very expensive mistake, and it cost us an extra $500 that we weren't planning to spend.
The reason this one is so expensive is because of its location.
You gotta have some moolah to cross this national park off your list.
We're Joseph and Kalyn, and we've been trying to RV Florida for cheap or free. So far, we've spent 77 days in the Sunshine State and have spent $674 in campgrounds. That works out to be $8.75 per night. We've kept things budget-friendly with inexpensive activities, from a $5 visit to Falling Water State Park, which honestly was a little underwhelming, to a $10 paddleboard launch to see the manatees, to an entire day of fun in Orlando for under $100. But all that is about to change, because this week we are in the Florida Keys, and in just this video alone, we have spent over $1,100.
Ooh, do we get a tiki hut?
Tiffin, Integra.
Uh-oh, stop saying, stop. If there's a Prevo, we're done.
So was it worth it? And can you RV the Florida Keys on a budget, or is it just a lost cause? We compared two vastly different campground experiences to find out. Do I look relaxed?
You look relaxed.
So here's the deal. We have been trying to visit Dry Tortugas National Park for years. It is the last national park that we have to visit in Florida, and back in 2022 we thought was going to be the year, and we tried so hard to get a state park campground, because if you know anything about the Keys, campgrounds are very expensive. In fact, it's common that the lowest price is about over $100 a night. So we tried desperately to get a state park campground. We sat at our computers like the second tickets went available, had family members in on it. We could not get a state park campsite. So we decided to pull in the big guns and pay for a auto booking subscription. So the service that we went through is called RV. It's spelled A-R-V-I-E. And we put in the dates in February, and we said, hey, we would love to be here at John Pennekamp, which is at the top of the Keys at Key Largo, or at Bahia Honda State Park, which is about halfway down the Keys. Well, lo and behold, after paying a few months of subscription for the service, they were able to find an opening for a week in February. It auto booked it for us, so we were all set to go here at John Pennekamp State Park.
But then we went to book our ferry tickets, and wouldn't you know it, the first one available was for the day after we left this park.
Things didn't really go according to plan.
Nah, plans are for wimps.
So we're already in Florida. We're already wanting to go to this park that we've been trying so hard to get to. We decided to book an actual RV resort for 2 days, and it's gonna be pricey.
I'm so nervous.
They're not gonna let us in.
We've passed a couple RV parks on our way that look like all the RVs there look very fancy.
Not like ours.
There we go. So we're gonna use this as an opportunity to compare a inexpensive state park in the Keys with a somewhat more expensive RV resort.
And by somewhat more expensive, the most we have ever paid per night for a campground. I did not expect John Pennekamp State Park to be that small, but I guess in a good way, it's more walkable. Where we are here in the campground, there's like one road, and then there's rows of campsites on each side. There's 47 sites total. They're all full hookups, which is amazing in this Florida humidity and heat. Now we would like to spend a little bit more time outside when you're out camping with your RV. You like to stay in the outdoors, sit at the picnic table, get your chairs out. I don't know how much you want to do that here though, because the no-see-ums are out like crazy. And if you don't know what they are, if you have not experienced them, they're like little tiny biting flies that leave red welts all over your skin. It hasn't been fun.
And if no-see-ums aren't enough to keep you from enjoying, you know, a leisurely afternoon on a chair, how about some crocodilians? Yeah, this is our site right here. This sign was our welcome sign.
I did not even know crocodilians was a term, but apparently it encompasses crocodiles, which do exist here in the Keys, alligators, caimans, etc., etc. We have not seen them yet, but we have seen iguanas. Usually they're hanging around in the front of the campsite. I did see one earlier today back here. It was like a bright green one in the mangroves. But what's very interesting is I'm pretty sure Trinity saw an iguana in a tree and flipped out because she is so scared to come out for a walk now.
She's just gonna come right out there. Come on,
Come
wanna
on.
go for a walk?
Let's go for a walk.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
we're
go.
getting clown face. Yeah, she's looking for the iguana or whatever it is she saw that freaked her out.
You're not gonna just run out the door?
No.
Come on. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, you're actually, oh. See which way she's going?
She goes quick. She's gotten better
I was
every
gonna say,
day.
for about a day and a half, she did not want to leave. I had to carry her into the RV one time. But now, as long as she can like get out the door fast and head out to this way, she's fine.
Yeah.
And then when we get back, she'll probably stop here at the truck and one of us will have to go open the door and she can race in. This campground might come with its own entertainment. We did have 3 sheriff's cars arrive here this morning. Apparently there was some sort of domestic argument going on. It was very loud. Kalyn and I thought it was from outside the park. And then we came out the door and there's 3 sheriff cars there. We're like, oh, that's like our neighbors.
What are you sniffing? Usually state parks come with a lot of trails. This one, I think, well, they're working on one trail. They're working on the Mangrove Boardwalk Trail, which I think is probably the most extensive trail, so we're not able to do that one. But there's a couple trails and paths here that go from the campground to kind of the front of the park where the beaches are. So we've been taking Trin every day for a little trail trot because she's just so happy to get out.
And as far as she's concerned, the iguanas only exist around our RV. The fact that there's lots of trees that they could live in here hasn't crossed her mind as of yet.
And the thing is, we're still not sure that it was an iguana that she saw. But I mean, if it was, they are pretty big, like bigger than I expected. Now she's freaking out again. You see her tail
Yeah, she just
plastered. She heard a big bang. Now she doesn't want to go back to the RV. Oh my goodness, Trinity.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It was just a dumpster. It was just a dumpster closing. I don't know what it is about this park. You've gotten all freaked out. Is it the ghost of John Pennekamp?
Are you gonna pick her up, or what if we go the opposite direction? No, you're just picking her up. Okay, we're doing that now.
I tell you.
You love this dog.
Come on, go.
Go quick.
Go.
Wow,
Up.
I can't believe she's taking her time. Here you
Good
go.
girl.
We're gonna hop on our e-bikes and show you around the rest of the campground because there's a lot more to see.
Don't wreck.
I won't. I only ran into a pole yesterday. Ooh, there's someone coming in with a bright red travel trailer or bumper pole. When did they change from travel trailer to bumper pole?
They are interchangeable. If it's got a tongue and goes on a ball, it can be either. And there was the red trailer. See how I sneakily showed you without making it obvious? I wonder if the e-bike is heavy enough to open this.
I don't know. You gonna try?
And that would be a no.
This right here is the kayak / paddleboard launch. So we have already taken advantage of this. One of the things that I really love about this park is how easy it is if you bring your own gear, inflatables, whatever it is, toys to be on the water. You can just pop it in right here and then go explore the mangroves. We did get a little lost in the mangroves when we went, but we're able to thankfully find our way back via Google satellite. But it's really fun just to see, go in and throughout the mangroves. Joseph claims that he saw a shark.
I do not claim I saw a shark. I saw a shark.
But I never saw the shark and he never got footage of it, so it doesn't exist.
We did see a manatee as well, a very large one.
We didn't get footage of that either.
Nope, but you saw it, so you knew I wasn't lying on that one.
The only thing about, like, the crocodilians can be in this water and you just walk out not caring.
I think I'm coming back in. I had forgotten about that little factoid.
You did forget about it.
There is one other boat launch. I'm gonna say this one, I'm sure it's open to everybody, but it's closer to the campground, so I think a lot of the campground people use it. But there's a boat launch over there, and then over by the bridge, there's another kayak launch, but I think that is primarily used by renters, and as in people renting kayaks, and the day users for the park. You coming?
Yes, let me get situated. You're not even on your bike yet.
I know, and I'm going farther and faster than you.
Here, you wanna toss that to me? I'm gonna fall. There is the dive shop. You can get your scuba gear there. Marina, but we're gonna head towards the beaches. This parking lot has been packed every single day that we've been here, even weekdays, not just weekends. So this is definitely a day use park that a lot of people get their use out of.
Shut your power off.
Okay.
So the beach, this is Cannon Beach. It's right here at John Pennekamp Park. It reminds me of a beach along the Great Lakes up in like New York, Indiana, and whatnot. It's not what you think of when you think of a Florida beach, because a Florida beach, you think of like the sugar white sand, super soft. This is much more rocky. It's like limestone mixed in. It's very much a keep your flip-flops on while you walk across the beach type of beach.
Well, there's crocodilians here too. They did make this beach, so it's man-made, and you definitely want water shoes to go into the water because it's very rocky here. And if you do any snorkeling, there's also, like, it's not great. I think that's—
It's grassy.
It's very grassy. I think that's one of the misconceptions that I had about John Pennekamp, because I always heard people say, you gotta go here because the snorkeling is out of this world.
The snorkeling is 4 miles that way, and by that way I mean out into the ocean.
Yeah, there's like a massive barrier reef that we did go out and he went out and snorkeled. So if you watched our channel Insider bonus videos, you'll know that I had a little mini panic attack out there. But
it was very wavy.
You got to see some cool
Yes,
stuff.
it was very wavy, very choppy. It made for the not greatest experience, but it was cool to see all the wildlife out there. But if you come to John Pennekamp because you've heard great snorkeling, think ocean, unless we're missing something.
Yeah.
If you've been here and you're like, oh, you totally missed it, there's a snorkeling spot right outside the camp that you can just swim to. Tell us in the comments and we'll come back and check it out.
Yeah, because we paid $70 a person to go out into the boat. Yay, Florida cheap or free, which it just doesn't exist in this video.
This video, we're just ignoring that. Yep, totally.
It feels a little bit like bath water.
It feels like the Gulf right here.
Yeah.
I will say, it's not called Cannon Beach just for the fun of it, because cannons.
And poor Trinity.
Oh, she's fine. Oh,
she
yeah,
can't,
she
no,
can't.
because she can't come, see?
Yeah.
No dogs at the beaches.
See, I just take that to mean no leashed dogs at the beaches. See, it's got a leash on it, so
okay.
we'll see how that works.
Let's make sure our bikes didn't get stolen. Okay, I have been in the visitor center / aquarium before. Joseph has not.
So you're gonna guard the bikes.
I'm gonna guard the bikes, and you're gonna go see
What you think
of the aquarium.
Okay, I have high hopes based on Kalyn's reaction here.
See, I wanted to try to be nice.
I haven't said anything yet.
Well, your face, your face.
My face says it all. You get what you pay for. It's a completely free aquarium, minus the fact that you come here to John Pennekamp Park. There's some cool fish. I did learn in passing that the cannons are from a shipwreck, which that was cool.
Okay, that is
so
cool.
I learned some information as I browsed through. Cool little tropical fish, but yeah, it's a very small
I think
aquarium.
what I wanted out of the aquarium and why I was a little disappointed by it, and we're trying to bring unfiltered, honest reviews of this park to you, just so you can judge for yourself if you want to come.
What other RV campground has any sort of aquarium?
Correct.
So the fact that this has an
Correct.
aquarium already 10 times, like.
But what I had hoped for is that we would learn about the type of fish that you might see snorkeling around the area or out on that reef 4 miles out, and I didn't really get a lot of that.
There were a couple fish that I recognized
yeah.
from our snorkeling trip. But again, like you said, there's not information like, hey, if you go snorkeling, you might see this snapper, or you might see this.
So if you want to keep the kids entertained, I don't know that like the aquarium will take more than like 5 minutes.
Yeah, probably about that.
Ooh, there's a snake. That's just a racer, I think.
Yeah, he's not venomous.
Are you gonna touch it? You who is scared of snakes? There it goes. Okay, this next and final spot that we're gonna show you, I'm very excited that it's here in John Pennekamp State Park. Because I don't know another state park or a place that we've been to that has
I don't know what we're talking about.
a food truck.
Oh, food! Yes, I'm excited.
Ooh. Where do you want to park this?
This one right here, I guess.
Okay. You know what I did see as we were riding by is there's a glass bottom boat tour. So if you don't want to get wet at all and be in the water, you can do one of those.
They're out of ice cream. Do you want pickles?
No.
Okay. Do you want onion?
No.
Okay.
Grilled chicken, no onion, no pickles.
I smell onions.
That's all right. I'll survive.
There's no pickles or onions on mine.
They got yours
Did
right.
they have napkins?
Probably. They get you bachelor napkins?
Yep, you can have the bigger piece.
The bachelor napkin, all right,
Yeah.
perfect.
So we gotta give you pricing on this campground. Let me pull this up because I have the exact number. Keep in mind, this is the cheaper side of the Keys. So we have stayed here 6 nights and it was a total of $311.95, which works out to $52 a night.
Can I be a bit of a curmudgeon for 1 second?
Sure.
Because I feel like that's my role in the channel. For the past several weeks, I've been being like to friends and whatnot, I'm like,
Oh yeah, we're in the Keys. It's like 20 to 30 bucks a night at the state park.
well, that's technically true. It's $36 a night. That's what it says on their website. I wish they would just make the pricing a little bit more upfront.
Transparent?
Most of the information is there. It says $36 a night, but then there's a $7 charge if you have
Per night.
utility. So instead of saying full hookup sites, non-hookup sites, they just have this
Yeah.
giant paragraph of text. So
now it's up to
$36 is
42.
actually 43, 42?
42 a
Yeah, 42. And then it's Florida, which means there's lots of bed taxes and extra taxes. So instead of it just being like a 6% or whatever sales
Guess
tax,
how much?
comes out to about 17% sales tax. So $36 turns into $52 a night by
Yeah.
the time you add the taxes and fees, which doesn't feel
Now,
Great.
granted, most campgrounds in the Keys
Yes.
are going to be over
I was gonna
100
say,
a night.
Now let's
so it's
erase
still
Mr.
good.
Curmudgeon Joe.
Yes.
It's an amazing price for
It's
the
still
Keys.
a good price. Overall thoughts on the campground. I think it's a great spot to stay if you have your own kayak or you want to rent a kayak or you have your own paddle board and can kind of just like go out on the water yourself. But do you think like it's worth, like would you come back again?
Yeah, I would come back again. It is a pain in the tuchus to book. I would highly recommend if you're wanting to stay somewhere in the Keys that is like one of the state parks, you need to get that service, that RV service that we have linked in the description, because in our experience, that's basically the only way you're going to get it. So you have to plan a long time in advance, stick your dates in there, and hope and pray somebody cancels for those exact dates. But you have to be ready because they don't ask you if you want to book. They're going to book it the second you get it. And
Auto book.
Then you've
yeah.
got it.
So you got to put in the exact dates that you think you want to be here. How's the food?
I haven't
You
tried
got
this
to
yet.
try your cheesecake.
Hang on.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake? Cheesecake, lunch of
Fries are
champions.
good. My grilled chicken is a little stringy.
It's not Pat's, but it's good.
Pats, what are you talking about?
Pat's.
So next on the agenda for us is to travel down to actual Key West, stay at a more luxury resort because this was the cheap version. We'll see how the two compare, and we're gonna go to Dry Tortugas National Park. Check it off the list.
And if you think I'm a curmudgeon about this, if this next park does not live up to
Oh,
the expectations of how much we're paying for it,
Yeah.
you're gonna hear
Because
about it.
we will share how much we're paying for that. We just got back from the grocery store this morning. We're headed out today to the luxurious side of the Key. So we're going down to Sugarloaf Key, which is, I think, the Key right above Key West. I feel like I'm saying Key a lot. But things are a lot more expensive down there, as you can imagine, just the cost of trucks going down there. And so the last time we were there, which was before RV life, things were just pretty expensive at the grocery store. So grabbed a few snacks, grabbed a few smoothie items, did not get any peanut butter and jelly. We're good on that. Can I fit anything up there? Maybe? That'll work. I have to show you one of the things that I got. I'm very excited. So there was a lot on BOGO at Publix. I did not necessarily need, but strawberries were on BOGO. So I got a couple of those. And, oh, I just dumped stuff. Strawberries on BOGO. And then hummus was on BOGO. So I got one to eat with crackers. Then I got this dark chocolate hummus. Garbanzo beans, cocoa powder, sweetened with dates. That feels healthy, right? This is what I dumped. I'm gonna have more bruises. I got some blueberries too. These were not on sale, but they looked really good. I did not get anything for you. I'm sorry. How about just my love? Is that enough?
There's a problem.
What?
Everybody in our community who's fans of us knows what's wrong with that drink.
That I put a cap on it?
No, there's no ice.
I hate this! This is partially why I don't do ice. Because it takes...
There you go.
How many cubes, sir?
One more. Good, that's perfect, thank you.
Hope you're happy now. Trinity, eat the chunks on the floor. There's no iguanas. Come on. Come on. Come on, there's no iguanas. It's okay. Good girl.
Am I hitched?
I think so. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't do the snappy thing.
Oh, no, not quite yet.
You have to go further?
Yeah, I gotta come back further a little bit. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
It snapped. It had your snapping.
It clanged. It was a clang. Now you all set?
I think so. Oh, lots of old man noises. Okay. Now I just have to drop this down 1.5 miles.
I can confirm the dark chocolate hummus with strawberries is absolutely delightful. Yay, already stuck in traffic.
34-minute delay, according to our GPS, which was so helpful because it's like you're on the fastest route. There's only like one route.
So I'm curious to know your overall thoughts on like leaving John Pennekamp, because I felt like we did share our thoughts, but then as we were leaving, I felt really sad for some
interesting.
reason. I did. And I think it's because we did a lot of stuff at a campground that we don't typically do. Like,
Well, we were on vacation.
yeah.
We were on vacation, so we went paddleboarding twice, we went snorkeling.
E-bikes, like
yeah.
so many walks. And I just feel like most of the time when we're at a campground, we don't enjoy the amenities.
Because we're busy
Because
editing.
we're holed up in our RV editing. Like you only see a very small portion of our life. Most of it is spent behind the computers.
So my thoughts, the park is very like coveted. It's impossible to get into. We've kind of gone over that. I think that the reason for that is location and price.
Yeah,
Still
a good price.
it's a steal of a deal compared to a lot of the places around. However,
It's not like the best park
it's
you've
not the
been
best
to.
park. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great location.
Yeah, I think the memories
Yes.
of our time
Oh,
there
for sure.
are definitely influencing me a little bit. But I am excited to compare it to the much bougier resort that we were headed to.
This place better be like fancy because we are blowing the budget. I am worried. There was nothing on the website. There was nothing in the booking process. Nobody asked. We talked on the phone. We have a more than 20-year-old RV. And
think
so
about that.
we're going to a very expensive place. So I am kind of worried that we're going to show up and they're going to be like, you can't stay here. At which point I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, I'm booked. And we're staying here for 2 nights.
You didn't do your due diligence and ask for photos.
What do you think, Tren?
Should they allow us in? I'm so nervous. They're not gonna let us in.
We've passed a couple RV parks on our way that look like all the RVs there look very fancy.
Not like ours.
Here we go.
We're like almost at Sun Outdoors, Sugarloaf Key, Waterfront Campgrounds,
I've seen a
and
couple.
bungalows.
The good news is they have bungalows here. So if they don't let the RV, maybe they'll let us stay in a bungalow.
Or they'll just hide us in back with the work campers when you come.
All right, so there's fancy RVs.
Ooh,
Class
did we get a
A's.
tiki hut?
Okay, hey, there's just a random Jayco, Tiffin,
We're Jayco.
Integra.
Uh-oh, stop saying,
Fleetwood.
stop. If there's a Prevost, we're done.
Okay, here we go. Check in. Verona,
Stop
Tiffin.
and check in. I know, they're all motor coaches.
There's a couple random Jaycos. They weren't 20 years old, but they were like, average RVs.
Hi, Sugarloaf Key, Sun Outdoors. How can I help you?
Yep, Joe Cummings here to check in. I'm doing well. Yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. Who am I talking to?
Joe Cummings. Joe or Kalyn Cummings.
Top of the list.
Of course.
Okay, we're going to 41. We're going in this driveway. You'll be following my little slow golf cart.
Perfect. All right, I will follow you.
Well, he didn't say anything.
He didn't
So if he's not going to say anything, I'm not going to say anything.
No side eye. I didn't feel any like,
No
why
judgment.
are you here? So if there is judgment, he kept it to himself. Kind of glad I don't have the motorcycle on the front right now.
We get a little escort.
We are definitely the oldest RV here so far that I have seen.
Yeah, but that Jayco
I mean, that's
Class
yeah,
C isn't.
that's
Oh,
a-
look, this is an older motor coach, right?
Yeah, but it's in pristine condition. I don't know about pristine, but good condition. All right, he said sharp turn, so we're gonna take this nice and
Take
wide.
it wide. Okay, look at that travel trailer.
Hey, there we go, a J-Flight. I mean, it's good condition, but it's a average person's trailer. And back to the nice ones.
Okay, we do get waterfront sight.
Looks like you don't have to guide me in.
Yeah, I'm out of a job because he said he's gonna guide you in, so I'm just gonna sit back and film.
Perfect. So we're gonna get all settled in here, and of course, stay tuned. We'll give you all the details of this whole park. We'll give you a tour, we'll tell you how much it's costing, but we've gotta get ready because we have a giant day tomorrow, and it's actually the whole reason we're here.
Thank you. We're official.
Oh, hang on. There we go.
There you go.
I
Now
can
we're
go
official.
too.
And you've got our boarding passes.
I've got our boarding
I don't want you to
passes.
lose those.
We've got the snorkel gear, we got everything we need.
It was a little bit of a cluster this morning.
Parking, we got there and it's like, this garage is 7'2" and we still don't know the height of our truck.
Yeah, so we found another parking spot. It's costing us $48 for
And
the
sh-
day.
And she's telling the short version of the story. We tried to use their little credit card machine twice and it wouldn't work, so we ended up downloading an app and doing that whole thing. I know I sound old.
we built, you'll be so proud of us, we built 10 minutes into our time.
Yep, it was gone. But we did make it in time. We're all booked. I do have a question though, and that is why do we keep doing things that require boat rides? Like in 2022, we discovered that I get sick on boats when we went to Channel Islands. Then in Alaska, we did like 2 major boat rides.
I got sick.
Yep, and you got sick. And then this last week, we went snorkeling. We did a members video on that.
It's because we gotta keep crossing off these national parks.
This one happens to
That's the
be
reason why.
a 4-hour round trip worth of boat ride.
I got
But
my ginger shoes.
it is this boat behind us.
Yeah, it looks big.
Which looks
so
big, and
I
so
think
I'm
it'll be
hopeful
fine.
that it'll be fine, although it is supposed to be a kind of a windy day, so
Yeah, windy and a little cold.
we'll see.
We'll see how that goes.
What are you
but
looking up?
I was looking up to see our time because we start boarding in about 10 minutes. We're trapped. We went outside because the inside terminal was like an airport and it was so busy. And we just wanted to chat with you, and look what these signs say. No entry. It doesn't open. We thought we could go around. It's blocked off down there. We are in a pickle. Anything down
I
there?
think we can get through this way.
Okay. Those stinking roosters. We made it.
Get it back.
Announcements.
That's us.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's room inside. Because I don't think we want to be out here in the wind.
This is just like priming the pump so that when when I get sick, there's something that's available in the stomach to come up.
I don't think I've shared the price of what we paid for this ferry. So for both of us, total, it's $390. So yeah, You gotta have some moolah to cross this national park off your list. But if you do, you're gonna feel pretty special because I overheard one of the crew members saying that only 60,000 people visit Dry Tortugas a year. So, woo woo, we're part of that crowd.
A seaplane looks like a cool way to come, but if you thought the ferry was expensive, the seaplane coming out here quite a bit higher.
It is so pretty, like the water, the old fort, there's a lighthouse. I am just stoked that we are here. National Park number 50! We have 3 important things on the itinerary today. The first is exploring the fort, which we're gonna do first. Lunch, very important. And then we're gonna end, I don't wanna get in these people's photos, and then we're gonna end with a snorkel session.
This is what we almost walked in front of. You do not want to mess up the sign. Don't mess up people's sign photos.
Because that's going in vacation books.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
So I think we buried the lead. 2.5 hour boat ride, pretty choppy seas, and neither of us got even close to sick.
You thought that was choppy?
It was pretty choppy. It wasn't horrible.
I thought that was like one of the smoothest trips we've ever had. Well, you were sleeping most of the time, so of course.
I was gonna say, I wasn't sleeping, but I was resting. I had the head back and I was just laying there, chewing my gum and just being like, I am not gonna get, and I feel great.
Look at how pretty it is out here. There's benches, there's trees, there's old fort stuff.
Old fort stuff.
Rising from the turquoise waters of the Dry Tortugas, Fort Jefferson is the largest all-masonry fort in the United States and was built in the 1800s to guard one of the most valuable shipping routes in the world. But the low-lying reefs between the Gulf and Atlantic Ocean weren't just a strategic stronghold, they were a ship's worst nightmare, claiming hundreds of wrecks in the treacherous 70-mile strait. Fort Jefferson was never officially finished, but it remains a historic icon of the Dry Tortugas, providing an unforgettable experience to thousands of yearly visitors. We did a little switcheroo, a stealthy switcheroo with our outfits. But I am hungry, so I think it's time for the next item on our itinerary, lunch. What say you?
That sounds good. We got to walk back to the boat. It is a little windy today, especially up on top of the wall. I'm a little concerned about snorkeling, but just like you, I'm not as concerned about snorkeling as I am food.
They also said that they strictly put away lunch at 1 and it's 12:15. We spent quite a bit of time getting photos, video, all that content creator stuff, but I feel good that we have maximized the fort.
I think this might be closed.
Here's the thing. I almost went down a I tried to go down a stairwell that was at the last corner, and someone was like, nope, we're going down by the lighthouse. They said just like that, very emphatically.
It's a very good impersonation of me.
You could jump in the moat.
No, we walked a little further than we had to.
Wonder whose fault was that? I'm glad you own it.
You coming?
Yes. Yeah, and then a roast beef regular. Thank you.
It's snorkel time.
That's very, very cold. Should we just go?
We probably should. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I'm just gonna dunk.
Okay.
Rip the scab off.
Okay. How'd it feel?
It's not so bad. So what's your plan? Just do it slowly.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh no, I can't make myself do it.
Well, I'm gonna start walking out.
That is so cool.
That noise. Oh my goodness.
There's like nothing here.
I've seen a grand total of 1 fish
Yeah. Just some
and
seagrass.
some seagrass. I mean, snorkeling with a fort behind you, that's kind of cool. Don't lose that.
I know.
I was thinking of going toward the wall and kind of maybe take the wall back and see what we see. I might want to go.
I like that blue one was
He was cute. I hope I got him. Oh, that hurt.
I heard the suction.
Oh, it was not a complete bust.
No.
but Still no sea turtles. We still have that
I know.
on our
I
bucket
really,
list.
really wanted to see a sea turtle, and I heard that dry Tortugas was a great place to see them. We tried to go out further,
I think
and it didn't work.
I think the better option for those is the North Beach, but it's just way too windy
Yeah.
to go off the North Beach here today.
But if you sit near the wall, that's where we saw basically all the fish.
Yes, every single one. Well, they are already calling names on the boat. They said 2:45, it's 2:35, so we've got 10 minutes. Come on, give us some time. I really wish we had more time on the island. It was about 4 hours. We crammed a lot into that 4 hours, but you could easily spend another 6, 7. I think next time we come, we just have to bite the bullet and camp and spend the night.
I like the idea of spending the night under the stars.
Oh, I bet it's dark and beautiful out
That
here.
would be just gorgeous. In case we didn't mention it before, or you forgot, we're at Sun Outdoors at Sugarloaf Key. This is our pricier resort that we're comparing to John Pennekamp State Park. I would say size-wise, John Pennekamp is bigger, but it also has a day-use area, so that makes sense. When you compare like the campground area to campground area, this one seems a little bit larger because I think they have a few more sites than we did have at John Pennekamp. And it's just not RV sites that they have here. They have cute little bungalows that are all in these pastel-y colors. I would love to see inside. I don't know if they're gonna let us.
So the moment we got here, I'm gonna give Sun Outdoors an 11 out of 10 for friendliness. Absolutely everybody has been super friendly, asking if we need anything, helped us get into our super level site. It's just been great.
I would hope they'd be friendly to me for spending this insane amount of money to stay here.
So as far as amenities here, they've got a man-made lake. I believe it used to be a quarry, and on it they've got aqua cabanas that you're supposed to be able to go out and like stick your legs in the water. You're supposed to
Yeah,
put your
you're
feet-
supposed to put your legs
Yeah,
in
look
there.
down in there. You do not want to put your legs down in there.
You can sit out here, but don't put your feet in the water because it's a little gross.
And also around the lake, they've got some like relaxing hammocks.
These are... Okay, there we go.
And you can rent a paddleboard or a kayak to go out on the lake as well.
They also have a walking path that goes like kind of around the lake. Trinity has really enjoyed doing that, and she has really been enjoying it at the dog park. It's a lot smaller dog park than we have been used to.
So she was struggling a little bit.
I think she was getting a little claustrophobic.
Oh, she's gonna hit the fence.
The other thing they have for dogs is a dog wash. However, we're not gonna try to use that because it said out of order. I don't know if that is just the cash coin situation or if it's actually the credit cards. As boondockers, you know that it's always hard to find a place to put our garbage. Not only do they have dumpsters here, if you leave your bag at the end of your site, they will come magically take it away. That may be my most favorite perk ever. And like most RV resorts, there is a pool, there is little tiki hut. Is it a tiki hut?
Yeah, it's a big tiki hut.
Okay, we're gonna go try their food because we tried the food truck at John Pennekamp and they have a similar food truck. It's in a cute little Airstream. And am I missing anything else that they have? Live entertainment, but honestly, it's really been dead tonight. So I doubt we're gonna be entertained live or canned.
So we're gonna have pretzel bites
You got it.
and we'll do a pizza.
Got the goods.
Got the goods. You ready for the reveal?
Yup.
Total.
Oh, it looks good.
Oh, this is like the right amount of cheese.
Pretzel bites are good.
Ready for the numbers? We got the receipts. Let's just get the total out of the way for 2 nights, guys, 2 nights. Okay, $458.93. I just heard my mother gasp.
The most we have ever paid for a campsite before this was in Alaska.
Yeah.
It was at the KOA in Fairbanks, and it was $80 a night.
$80. That was the highest we have spent per night.
And we loved that part.
So let me give you the breakdown. So like one night was $187.95, the other was $193.32.
Because we're here on a weekend.
But then there was a $15 per night fee for the resort, just resort fee. Then you've got occupancy tax, you've got state tax. So all in all, what did I do? I did the math.
Around to
$229.
$229 a night.
47, yeah, a night. So here's my thing. This place is really nice. Now, there's like no one here, which actually is kind of nice.
It's nice. It's very odd to me because
It is
we're here
odd.
on a weekend. The place is packed as far as like almost all the sites are full.
Season too.
But we're the only ones enjoying a meal. We've seen 2 people in the pool. So that part is odd. I'm guessing everybody's like over in Key West having a good time.
Maybe trying to catch the sunset tonight, which wasn't
Didn't happen.
a good idea.
No.
I think it's a really pretty resort. Like it feels very clean, feels very
Yes.
safe.
They need to do something with their lake. The lake is algae and makes you not really want to enjoy it.
I don't know that we feel like we got the value for that price.
You don't know? You don't know? We did not get the value for that price. Although, you may remember me saying about the other campground that the reason it was so popular was because of its location. The reason this one is so expensive is because of its location. It is just outside of Key West, and there's this good old economic principle called supply and demand, and islands are small, so the supply is very small, and the demand is very high, so people charge $229 a night for an RV spot.
And we would have never, ever, ever booked something like this had we not been, like our hand been forced
Yes,
to do so.
to do dry Tortugas. We've been trying for 3-4 years to do that, and we thought we had the opportunity with John Pennekamp. That didn't work out because of the whole ferry ride conundrum. And so for us, worth it in the sense that we finally get to check that that national park off the list. But man, the price tag, the price tag hurt.
Well, there you have it. That is cheap versus luxury camping in the Keys. I think it's not a hard decision between the two. I think we would stay at a state park 10 times over. And it's not throwing shade at this RV resort, because I'm sure someone would appreciate it.